ball is head, Georgia's tail.
Last week, the boys in Georgia got us started. Now, it's Florida's turn to lace them up and hit the field.
We're going to be victorious tonight.
With the state championship in mind. It all starts in week 1.
You know what time it is.
On the Friday Night Blitz.
You take it all. Take it.
This is Action Sports Jack's Friday Night Blitz, sponsored by Whataburger, just like you like it.
Think about that. You are an immensely talented team. If you don't get what you want, it's because you didn't rise to the ability that you have. You allowed yourself to.
Here we go. High school football season 2023, a new season. Hard to call it fall, still feels like summer, but Friday nights feel like football again, and we love that around here. Northeast Florida came up empty last year, no state championships. The quest to erase that begins tonight, but that's a long way down the road.
Yes.
We've settled into the metro and suburban, the new football formats of the last decade or so. That's off-season discussion. Now it's football time. I'm Brent Martineau.
And I am Stuart Weber. Will the new faces in new places make a difference? What about the traditional powers? Are they going to do some good things? How much muscle will they show off? Let's get a first impression on the new season, starting right now with our Game of the Week.
The Game of the Week, sponsored by Whataburger.
And we start with the boys from the beach, ready to take on the Mustangs at the Corral. Fletcher, Mander, and 2 Division I quarterbacks leading their teams into week 1. First quarter, Tiant Weech in the backfield. The snap goes over his head. He's able to settle down, make his way into the end zone for the opening score of the game. No panic in that one. Mustangs would score again, make it 14-0. But here come the Senators, ready to cut into the deficit. Marcellus Tate calls his own number, shakes and breaks his way through the defense to score on the QB keeper and make it a 1-score game. Oh, they were riding the horse there. How about that? Later in the first half, Fletcher gets the ball back. Tate caps off their drive with a beautiful pass and catch to Jaden Tomlin. 10-point game nearing the end of the first half. Second half now, how about some defense? Drake Stubbs comes up with the pick over the middle. Mustangs offense back in business. Tramel Jones and company in the red zone, and he'll roll out to find Willem Grigo underneath. Fights his way into the end zone. That would make it a 2-score game once again. Plenty of fireworks, high-scoring affair in the second half of this one. Final score goes to the way of the Mandarin Mustangs. They take it 43-21. Let's hear from Toby Bullock after his victory in the Game of the Week.
I've learned a long time ago, you never complain about a win, no matter if it's 1 point or 100 points, it doesn't matter. You don't complain about it. Obviously, we saw some things that we're going to need to correct. Fletcher is fantastic. Their quarterback is amazing. They're well coached. And to beat a team at that caliber, that's big time for us. We're ecstatic about it, and we got a big one next week, too.
I'm sure one thing you're also ecstatic about is just the fact that every single part of the team contributed to offense, defense, special teams, a complete win, if you will. That's got to be not necessarily more important, but definitely a big key to victory, right?
It was. I think we measure everything about getting 2% better every day. Our motto is +2. And so how we measure that is not making the same mistakes we made the day before. So last game we made certain mistakes. I don't feel we made those same mistakes this week, which means we got better this week, which is always what we're after.
One of the great things about this game is that everyone talked about, the explosive passing attack on both sides of the ball, but you guys' running attack was clearly looking like, for lack of a better term, Mustangs in the corral. Let's talk about how impressive your running game was for you tonight.
We have 2 phenomenal running backs, in Deshard Westcott and Tion Weiss. Both of them are explosive. They would both be starters at any other school, but we're lucky to have both of them. We're ecstatic to have both of them, and it's the greatest feeling in the world to be able to tell your receivers, if you don't want to block, we'll just run the ball all night. But we have great receivers, we have great running back, but the line was the Kings tonight. They were able to get great push. They were as physical as I've ever seen them. Hopefully we'll do that every week. Who knows, but I'm ecstatic, and it's a big win for us. It's a big win for our program.
They are loaded on offense at the Corral. And by the way, I've been doing it all wrong. No wonder I'm not as good as I should be. Plus, I'm going to try to get 1% better every day.
Oh.
Coach says get 2% better every day.
Drink your milk.
New motto around
It's an
here.
easy way to get 2% better, right?
Well, hey, that was our Game of the Week,
right.
and we've got the lineup. We do it different. We get it all set up. We put it on the wall that says it all.
Yeah, it's all on here.
Well, now you know when we're coming to your school, and next week we're going to Columbia County.
Yeah, and this is a really good one. Give me the purple and yellow Tigers to win this game.
That's a good idea.
Wait a minute. Union County, Lake Butler, Lake City, both lakes, both the Tigers, both purple and yellow or gold.
Columbia, by the way, is going to be going on a little bit of a shorter week. Tonight's game was called and suspended because of a variety of things, including weather. And they will continue that game tomorrow for Columbia to finish their first
Only
game.
one quarter in the books against a very good Buchholz team, down 14-0. So we'll see how that shakes out before we have that for our game of the week. But we're really excited about this full schedule. I mean, we've got Southeast Georgia with the great battle, Brunswick and Glenn. Can't wait for that one. We've got different traditional rivalries and good matchups that are going to be fun to showcase a lot of the area teams and what they do on these Friday nights, the excitement that comes around. We go to all the counties. We cover just about everybody.
And we don't duplicate.
And we don't duplicate. That's very important. It also makes it very difficult to do the schedule.
Yeah, 2% better.
2%. Drink the milk.
Hey, let's go Mob Zero, Mob Zero, Mob Zero. Don't be late, y'all boys. Don't be late.
So they say defense wins championships. That means we had a championship caliber first half at Trinity Christian, a.k.a. all defensive highlights. Starting with Cam Anderson, he got in the backfield on 3 straight plays. Later in this drive, big third down play, Michael Sturdivant combining with Bryce Kazmierczyk to end the Ed White threat as they take down the QB. How about the other side? Commanders doing a great job limiting a very potent Trinity offense. Big sack there late in the second quarter. Then final play of the half, and we got a fumble recovery. Now, the last play of the half, so you don't get to do anything with it, but still, goes in the book as a turnover there. It was 6-2 at the half. Yeah, that's what happens after I leave. 33-8 final score. Trinity gets the win. They improve to 1-0.
On a battle in Clay County as Blue Devils take on the Golden Eagles. Golden Eagles of Fleming Island inside the 20, and Davion Boykin. There he is. He catches it. Nice little move. And then another nice move. What the footwork was awesome. Fleming Island strikes first, 7-0. Fleming Island back in Clay territory. Sebastian Broughton with time to find David Fuentes. And he would get the toes in on the far side. Fleming goes up 14-zip. Second quarter now. Blue Devils trying to get rid of that goose egg. Quarterback calls on himself. Can't make it across the line of scrimmage. And Cohen Chaffee comes in for the quarterback sack. 40-14 Fleming Island at the last check. We'll see if we get a final here soon.
How about the 2 newest schools battling to kick off the season in St. Johns County, Brent? We call it the Turf and Surf Bowl.
Yeah, Tokoi Creek Beachside, hashtag Battle of the Sunsets, hashtag a big crowd. Into the half, Toros have the ball. Ryan Kilmer over the middle to Connor Mochet, big gain. The Barracudas make a play on the next play. Eddie Craig. He's back there in the backfield. That's a loss of 20 on the sack. Well, but the Toros know how to score it on third down and long with under a minute to play in the half. Kilmer to Julio Santiago. Had 2 in the first half. Caught at the goal line, and he's in 25-13 at the break. Tokoi Creek was in control. This was a fantastic football game. Toros end up winning and hanging on to beat the Barracudas 37-34.
There they are, our fans of the week. And look, we have some really good student sections in this area. Fleming Island right up near the top of it. We've got props.
Concert out there.
We got props. We got the iPhone lights going. We're getting involved with the cheers. That is a standing room only kind of environment, and just awesome down at the Rock.
I am so impressed with all the students that come out to the games, at least the stops I made tonight. And obviously you can see it right there at Fleming Island. We know other places around the area. It's fun on a Friday night. If you have been following along with Action Sports Shacks all summer, we've mentioned this many times. The quarterbacks in high school right now are good in our area. We believe it's the deepest crop of QB talent ever around here.
So deep, in fact, that we had to go ahead and build an entire wall of all these quarterbacks.
And that's not all of them.
That's not all of them. And these guys are almost all going Division I, which is just bananas. Now, they're not all seniors. There's some juniors and some sophomores in there as well. And just about any game you see, you're going to be seeing one of these top talents at the position, which includes our next stop. How about a big-time QB matchup and perhaps the game of the night, Bulls and St. Augustine. There's DJ Moore, second quarter. Bulldogs down 21-16, plenty of time. Finds Naeem Burrows wide open in the end zone. Bulls goes ahead. The kickoff following. What happens when we get a kickoff? What's going to happen? Last few seconds of the first half. Trenton Jones. Oh, this is developing nicely.
Any of the orange
Making
shirts
his
gonna
way
get
down.
him?
No, they finally got to him. I thought we might have had it come. That was the end of the first half, though, so it didn't even help him that much. Third quarter, more to Burrows again in coverage, but that's all right. Another Bulls touchdown. Jackets need to sting, and sting they do. Lachlan Hewlett, big throw, big catch to Carl Jenkins. St. Augustine with the touchdown. And how about this final? The Yellow Jackets win it 43-36 over Bulls. Sensational game to start the season for two good teams that we'll be hearing from all year long.
That was a comeback win. University Christian had the Reigns Vikings tonight. A little tradition with these programs, I would say. First quarter scoreless, Reigns Tyron Randolph up high and long to Zion Butler. Big game, but UC would keep the Vikings out of the end zone. Second quarter, still scoreless. UC's Ellen Boogie Woods gets the toss in the backfield, heads north, slips a tackle, dodges some more. Nice couple of blocks, and that's it. Added up to 6. 2-point conversion, no good. But the touchdown was worth the highlight on the Friday Night Blitz. Here's Randolph, and Zion Butler have something to say about it again. Look, spin move, gets out of a tackle. Into the end zone for Reigns. Last check at this one was 19-19, so we're still waiting on an update. Hopefully we'll bring that to you shortly.
How about a district game? Westside Wolverines playing host to the Riverside Generals. One of those weird scheduling quirks. Only a 3-team district, so this is huge. You got to win this season opener to have the inside leg to the district title. First quarter, Generals inches away from the end zone. They get it. Convante Shero, 7-0 Generals. Then Wolverines trying to strike back, but King Taylor with a pick 6 for Riverside. It's 14-0. Generals again. Glenn Foreman the third, floating it to Tayshawn Gelsey. He'll run in the end zone. Touchdown. A Riverside nearing halftime. Generals looking to extend that lead. A pitch to Miles Kendrick, and he's in for another score. They were scoring quickly and often. Riverside Generals get the dub, 41-0. And hey, they have a good chance to win that district now because they're 1-0.
That's really odd to see a district game this early.
It's just a scheduling quirk. Very weird.
More action on the way. Just getting started here on this Friday night. We'll take you to some other stops. And a tip of the cap to the past of Nassau County tonight. The celebration they had before the season even started. Coming up next.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Weaver with Sandalwood TTSA, and you're watching Friday Night Blitz.
We're the Fletcher Senators, and you're watching Friday Night Blitz.
This is Action Sports Jack's Friday Night Blitz, sponsored by Whataburger, just like you like it.
Dre, outside container, bro. Stay outside.
Fletcher head coach Theatric Faison trying to keep his guys aware of the fundamentals. Tough outing at the Corral for C4 and the boys. They lose to Mandarin at the beach.
The Coach of the Week, sponsored by Whataburger.
Let's hear it for Toby Bullock and the Mandarin Mustangs off to a good start. That win over Fletcher. The check from Jaguars Prep for the program. Bullock is our Jaguars Prep and Whataburger Coach of the Week. Be on the lookout for our team all season, recognizing the coaches in the area. By the way, one of the really cool things about this first week, we had Mandarin and Fletcher playing tonight in tackle football. Well, during the preseason game on Saturday, both teams' flag football programs are going to perform on the field, I think at halftime. I think they're playing against each other in a little scrimmage fun game to kind of help highlight the sport on the flag level as well.
All right, and we did that all spring. We'll see them tomorrow at the bank. Mandarin loaded with talent, by the way. Going to be fun to watch them play all season. Got good vibes for the Mustangs lately with Carson Beck, former state champ QB, getting the starting job at Georgia last week.
Another coach on the minds of many in Nassau County tonight, and a special celebration for a big name at Hilliard. The late Paul Wittenberg, celebrated by everybody up in Nassau County at Hilliard tonight. His name now on the field forever, Paul Wittenberg Field. And it's appropriate. Head coach for over 30 years and multiple stints with the Flashes. Everybody in Hilliard knew him, and a lot of lives that he impacted. More than 200 victories. Coach Wittenberg passing away earlier this year at the age of 72, but will live on forever as the father of Hilliard football.
Oh, it's huge. I mean, all the people that he's touched, not only on the football field, but in the classroom, as dean. I mean, he was here for over 30 years, so he's seen a lot of kids come and go and touch a lot of people, and he more than deserves it, him and his family. He built us up, and he was tough at times, and he was rough, but he wanted the best for us always.
They're going to have to wait another couple of days, by the way, to use Paul Wittenberg Field. Tonight's game called off because of the weather. They will play on Monday night against Young Kids in Motion.
So we're going to go right return still. Right return. The crease is there. We're this close. All right, we're this close. Get in it and take it. Let's go. Let's go. Boy!
Down by the river, Bishop Kenny hosting First Coast this evening, late second half. And after a safety, Crusaders had the short field. James Reeser back to pass. Gets a little home cooking on this play. Off one receiver, into the hands of another. J.P. Donovan with the good concentration catch. A couple plays later, this time the Iowa commit going to use his legs. Reeser finds a creaser, and there he goes for 6. That would put BK up 31-8 as he goes into the darkness of downtown Jacksonville. Bucks had a chance at the end of the half, 4th down play, but the Navy commit Colby Sexton there for the stop and a turnover on downs. Final score, Bishop Kenny gets the win 38-20.
Oh, another fantastic crowd at Ponte Vedra Sharks and Bartram Trail. Corey Johns taking over for Darryl Sutherland. His debut game for Bartram Trail. Nice start, by the way, for the Bears. Riley Trujillo to Joey Davoli. And a minute into the game, Bartram with a 7-0 lead. Everyone fired up for these Friday nights. Want to see how fired up Joey is? Very fired up.
Put that guy on a playing card. Put him on a playing card. Let's go.
That's a good tumble. A lot of Sharks after that in the first half. A big turnover after a big collision, a fumble. Hannon Houseman recovers for Ponte Vedra, turned it into a field goal. And then Benjamin Burke in the second quarter, he's looking to go up top. Good looking throw. They controlled the first half action. Ryan Smith hauls it in. Another big play. And I told you they were excited here in this football game. He's jacked up. Why not? Been working all summer for plays like that. Now they're making them. Burke screen play to Brian Case, and they would cap off a touchdown drive. 10-7 at halftime in favor of Ponte Vedra. It's Bartram Trail, though, that comes back and gets the win, 20-17. Debut win for Corey Johns.
Now over at Sandalwood, coming off there, a record of 5-5 a year ago. First half against the Rebound Trojans. Linebacker C.J. Green jumps up, gets the takeaway, and he'll strike a pose at the end of this one. Later on, there it is, pose. Oh, a little. Wow. Yeah, good stuff. Karate Kid. There it is. Later on, Saints running back Dezion Collier taking the handoff. He'll bounce it to the near side, and goodbye. Takes it the distance. Saints only touchdown. Revolt's defense does well. They get the 14-7 victory.
Bartram Trail, by the way, one of many local teams with a new coach in charge we just mentioned. Let's bring in Action Sports Jack's Olivia Tassley. She has more on the coaching carousel this offseason in the high school ranks.
One of the big themes this offseason when it comes to tracking the coaching ranks is changing colors. Coaches going from one job in the area to another. We start with Step Durham. Only spent 1 year at Wolfson, but jumped at the opportunity to go to his alma mater, Atlantic Coast. Jermaine Wilson now steps in to coach the Wolfpack. Christopher Foy made a big impact for the Jackson Tigers and now hopes to do the same down in Clay County at Oakleaf. That opened up a job for Daryl Bartley on Main Street. Another coach making the jump from Duval County to beyond is Zachary Harbison, who leaves Inglewood to become the second ever head coach at Tucoy Creek in St. Johns County. Kevin Johnson now takes over for the Rams. And how about a familiar face over for Fort White? With the return of Brian Allen to Lake City, Demetric Jackson now slides back into his old job down the road with the Indians in Columbia County. All told, nearly 20 local schools will now have new head coaches leading the way this season and guiding their rosters through the fall. For Action Sports Jax, I'm Olivia Tassley.
The Player of the Week, sponsored by Whataburger.
So we are just a few hours from our first Player of the Week vote of the year. You just got to go to the Friday Night Blitz page of our website, actionnewsjax.com, in the morning and make your selection. As you can see, we don't have a poll up there right now because the Brain Trust, Brett and me, need to come up with some nominees after the show. In fact, if you have a nominee, send it to us on Twitter at Brent ASJax or at Stuart ASJax.
Yeah, send them in. Let us know. We need some help.
We do.
In a lot of ways.
Yes.
End of the week still on the way. Play of the week still on the way.
Yeah.
A lot to get to. A lot of plays to pick from. Good action on a Friday night. Which play did we take? We'll show you next.
We are the Mandarin Mustangs, and this is the Friday Night Blitz. Let's do.
This is Action Sports Jax Friday Night Blitz, sponsored by Whataburger, just like you like it.
Olivia Tasley said we have a Nathan Rourke kind of play from the Dallas game, right? So Sebastian Broughton, Fleming Island, break a tackle, spin, roll right, off the back foot, and completion. I mean, no touchdown this time, but still,
But if
heck of a play.
you got him in fantasy, that's good.
And good for our play of the week.
All right, we're going to leave you now. We'll be back at 11:15. One game you haven't seen, we'll have that in there. We'll leave you with the Trinity Christian Band for our Band of the Week. We'll see you in just a few minutes on CBS 47 and Fox 30.
Thanks for watching Action Sports Jax Friday Night Blitz, sponsored by Whataburger, just like you like it.